I'm Mason Pelt for Push ROI. Let's talk about what constitutes a fair test in marketing, because I think a lot of people don't seem to have a good grasp of that. Over the last probably 10 years, let's say, I've talked to at least 1,000 people that have said some version of the phrase, we tried that and it didn't work. And that might mean that they tried Google Ads by spending $150 driving directly to their homepage with no real precise targeting. That's not a fair test of Google Ads. People have told me that they tried Instagram and it didn't work. And while I agree, Instagram is often not a great lead channel, mostly I think it serves well as a reminder you exist to customers, or more passionate customers, sometimes even fans. But it's not a useless channel. There is value in it. And being around to say, hey, here's when our sale is, can be really useful. But if you just upload one post and that post says today only sale, and you do no promotion, paid or otherwise, don't expect that to bring in any leads. This YouTube channel, the one for Push ROI that you're watching now, it does not exist with a lot of planning. It's not really part of our marketing mix. This is just a way of testing some equipment and testing some loose concepts and tactics. The video is in black and white because I, who love doing color correction, didn't want to spend the time actually grading each video so that they all looked the same. My lighting is inconsistent. All sorts of stuff is wrong with these videos from a production standpoint. I didn't plan this out in advance. If it was a client project launching a new video, we would have, or if it was a client project launching a new YouTube channel, I probably would have edited that flub out, as well as made sure the video was in focus and the lighting was good. I would have had them plan 5 or 6 videos so that we could release them weekly over time. There would have been a social promotion planned. There would have been, maybe if it was a big enough company, a press release planned, and certainly some paid advertising. None of which are we doing for this YouTube channel. I know that this isn't a fair test of the marketing channel. This is just for funsies. But I've talked to people who literally uploaded one YouTube video, had it not go viral, and determined YouTube didn't work for them. And the question is, why would that have worked? It's the same as spending $150 on ads. Virologists do not, by and large, just test something and say, well, that worked, that didn't work. Usually there's a design to the tests. If you're going to do something in marketing, first, establish what your success metrics are going to be. And it cannot just mean make as much more money as we can. That's directionally correct, but that's not a good success metric because, well, things could always make more money for less money. If you have $7 a lead for a product that costs $400, you're making good money, but not as much money as people spending $500 on that product and leads costing $6. Directionally, you want to get more sales for less money in general. And you want people to pay more money for each product or for each sale in general. But figure out, hey, if we're going to test paid ads, let's say we spend $3,000, $5,000. And the goal is just to prove that we can get some leads. Some leads. And we'll optimize after that because we can make them cost less later. That's most of my income is from optimizing ads that people proved worked. You might lose money on every lead, but you can then perfect that. If you're doing Instagram, figure out how it fits into your marketing mix. And again, it might not be a lead driver. It might be more of a way of reminding existing customers that you exist. But come up with a success metric, and it can't just be millions of followers and lasting fame bringing you all sorts of leads. More reasonably, if you're, let's say, a local ice cream parlor, might be 10,000 followers, a few hundred likes per post, and people who regularly use that as a means of checking with what's going on. If you have events, if you are having a sale. By the way, I've also implied that your business is together enough that you have sales that can be planned in advance and announced, and that you have events that can be promoted. You can't just try one thing and say it didn't work. You have to actually have a strategy around it. Plan in advance what you're trying to test, what the goal is, and what the budget is, and check if you need to with someone that roughly knows what they're doing and find out, hey, is this enough money to test this? Will we be able to generate enough impressions to test this? Over the years, I have had people tell me print ads don't work and proven them wrong. That the internet as a whole didn't work and definitely proven them wrong. And just about every individual channel didn't work. Sometimes people have been right. Sometimes Facebook wasn't a good source of leads for them. Sometimes Instagram wasn't either, or Twitter. But usually there was some way that things fit into their marketing mix. And very rarely did someone who spent the equivalent of 5 tweets actually prove the channel didn't work for them. That's really all I have to say.